Good morning. It's good to have you join us on Nigeria Now, showing on your digital first Pan-African news network, TOS Television. My name is Merciful Ajinamo. And of course, there are big stories making the rounds on the newspapers this morning. I won't be analyzing them just in the show. We have Adebayo Fajmi to analyze these stories. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Let's begin with the Daily Times newspaper, where President Muhammadu Buhari spoke to ESN. He says, expect tough response from security forces. We have two riders. The first warns against retaliatory violence to killings by IPOB. And the second, council says IPOB never supports nefarious killings in Anambra. Now we have the president talking on this matter, and he's saying ESN should expect tough response from the security forces. How do you react to this update?
Yes, I support that because there is no justification for the anarchy that is going on in that state. And you cannot, because of your personal interest or whatever the cause you might be fighting for, to be taking, the life of other Nigerians just anyhow. And those people that we even know that, started the move have dissociated themselves, from this bad act. And of course, I believe it is high time, the federal government do something to ensure that this comes to an end. So it cannot just continue this way. So just like the president said a couple of months ago, so they should be addressed, the way they are expected to be addressed. So this just needs to come to an end.
Yes, to ensure there is law and order in that area. Of course, that's a big story on the Daily Times newspaper. Besides that, we see alleged treason. Court postpones Nnamdi Kanu's trial. That is on page 5 of the Daily Times newspaper. We move over to the Punch. The big story is shock as Peter dumps PDP. Protest Ma governor primaries. Shock as Peter Obi dumps PDP. Protest Ma governorship primaries. That's on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. We have a couple of riders there. Of course, we know that it's a couple of months to the general election, and we're already seeing some activities. We're seeing some things that are unexpected. Peter Obi is one of the nominees, that's coming vying for presidency. He was under the PDP. Now he's coming out of the PDP. How do you think he's going to, bounce back to be in this presidential race?
Peter Obi is not different from other politicians that we have had and we are still having. If you look at his antecedents, it was never part of the founding fathers of the PDP. It used to be in the APGA.
APGA, yes.
So it was when he contested under the platform, on the platform of APGA, and it was afterward that he came to the PDP. And now that he has said he's leaving the party again, so I'm not surprised. So that tells you that he is not different from the normal politicians that we know, whether in the PDP or in the APC or other political party. So the point is just that he has the right to association. So if he believes that he will not be able to get or achieve his ambition or aspiration in that political party, of course he has right to go to other party. The problem, or let me say the understanding our politicians do not really have, is that there is no second act. There is always a second act in politics, but there is no second place. You cannot, because you come second or third in the political party, just like we have in other contests that you say, okay, we have when the first position, the second position, and we have third position. He knows through obviously, because even if he doesn't know, I don't know the kind of prophet or the prophet who is telling him that if he leaves the PDP, he will go. If he goes to the other party, he will win. He will become the Nigerian president, because Nigerian politics is deeper than the way we used to look at it. For instance, what structure do Peter Obi has that will make him to garner votes in 24 states? Because according to the constitution, you must be able to win at least in 24 states out of 36 states that we have. And you have in all the states that we have APC in most of these states. I think in a couple of states where we have PDP party, like you have for your state. The only place you have in Southwest where PDP is ruling is Oyo State. If you go to Southwest and if you go to North as well, this party the states are very, very few compared to what the APC are. So if he says he's leaving the party and is going to other party, to contest or to vie for his aspiration, I don't know the prophet that is telling him that if he goes to the other party, he will win. But I think what he should be doing, because his state at the moment is on fire, I think what he should be doing is how he will work together with the incumbent governor and other stakeholders in the state to ensure that the crisis, the problem that is going on in the state comes to an end. It is only in Nigeria that we believe that every problem that we have could only be solved by becoming the president, but that is not the reality.
Definitely, I agree with you on that one. But don't forget, Adebayo, that this is a time where Southeasterners are clamoring for inclusion. So if you check basically the two big wigs are the two parties in Nigeria, APC and PDP, that, has stayed on the forefront. The Southeasterners are saying, look, we have to be a part of this process. And Peter Obi, for a long time now, he has been seen as one of those kind of figures. And now that he's stepping out, do you think there is hope for the Southeasterners?
Of course, there is still hope, even if they are clamoring for that, and it is obvious. What they are talking about is very obvious. I think what he should do, or what his subsequent step should be, is how to negotiate. He should bring up to the table his negotiation power to ensure that he collaborates with the big wigs in the party, a major party, because if he goes to minor party, he will not get any desired result. It's either he goes to the APC, negotiates with the big wigs there to ensure that the desire of the Eastern people come to realize. But eventually, if he goes to minor party, nothing eventually will come out of the effort.
That's the story there on the Punch newspaper. We have a couple of other writers there, and that's on page 2 right there. Just underneath the pictures of the day, we see rescue train passengers before terrorists kill them. Families beg Buhari. That is still the update on the Kaduna train attack that happened some months ago, and that's on page 28 of the Punch newspaper. Let's go straight up to, of course, the Daily Trust newspaper. From the very top, tears as women, 4 kids killed by IPOB buried in Anambra. And besides that, inducing delegates pushing Nigeria towards plutocracy, says INEC chair. Do you think this statement is a matter of fact correct?
Yes, and it has always been in our political process when election is coming up like this, especially if a political party is making use of indirect mode of primary. Of course, you see big wigs, carpetbaggers, money bags, coming on board to want to induce delegates. I know of a political party in 2018 gubernatorial election, where a candidate, because he has all the money and the family has the money, that he had to give each member of the delegate $1,000. And that if in a country where poverty has been part of our life, that everybody is looking for every means to be out of that cycle of poverty, $1,000 will be something big for you, that hey, this is a lifetime opportunity. And somebody who has never worked to earn $500,000 in his or her entire life, and we also have the mindset that this is our own opportunity, that the moment they get there is no dividends of democracy, that the only thing they care about when they get there is how to amass wealth for themselves and their entire family. So what the INEC said is very good, and I also think our party delegates, whether in the PDP, in the APC, and other political party, should put the interest of every Nigerian first. So their own personal interest should not be what should count, but what should count is the interest of the state they are in, and the entire country. Because if they eventually find a candidate who cannot deliver good governance to the state and the entire country, it is going to really affect us, and it's going to take us backward, and we may not even be able to achieve our desire and aspiration as citizens of Nigeria. So they should this time around show that patriotism, and they should vote for the best, so that the best can rule the rest.
Definitely, the best can rule the rest. That's free, fair, transparent, and accountable election, and that's on Daily Times newspaper. On The Nation, the big story is outgoing governors men pick PDP ticket in state. Outgoing governors men pick PDP ticket in state. On Blueprint, presidential ticket, why APC won't opt for consensus now, says Adamu. And on Nigerian News Direct, of course, still talking about the presidency, mass defection in PDP over Peter Obi's withdrawal. And the last one is the leadership, and that is amid protest withdrawal, PDP picks governorship ticket, APC aspirant face delegate today. And of course, we'll be waiting to get the outcome of that meeting. And you can always stay updated on our website for all of these follow-up stories that we have. And that is www.tostvnetwork.com. And our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter is at TOSTV Network. Of course, our YouTube is right there for you to like, subscribe, so you do not miss out on an important update. Thank you so much, Adebayo, for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you, viewers. We'll come your way again tomorrow, Friday. My name is Merciful Ajinamo. Have a wonderful day. See you tomorrow.